Oh! Oh, this actually feels rockety. Crafted by the Sky Steel manufacturer, man-made or originally used in temple knives using statue. Mobility allowing for resistance and sky stimulation program. That's cool. Put down in a tree of a parent decided to grow. Dude, originally placed as a savage would threaten and focus of caution against him. Comes away as a civilization. Have any experience? Yep. Tell me about the ultimate weapon. Ultimate. How many moons has it passed since that fateful day? One might say that your victory set an ocean event that reshaped the world in countless ways. Given this, I would think that the first thing I can't receive it was see what these are becoming more vivid. One soul do all. Yeah, the ultimate weapon was ultimate. There is only one fleeting mind. His ultimate weapon is a pusher of man. Here's let me this. Gold from Alex Morning Ashes Point. Weapon forged by man, beguiled by might, who saw in the fell creatures had been formed. They wait to rid the world of primal flight. Behold, from grave calamity reborn, a champion charged with all wrong tides, to usher in the long-awaited dawn, uniting lands divide beneath one. Two visions of tomorrow plead their case, but find no peaceful end to their debate. For onto only one from this proud race may man entrust the burden of his fate. Pray to forgive any minor embellishment. I made in my name proud. Since you feel the ultimate weapon described is the most fearsome, then I won't even face. I can't deny it. That being said, captivating the listener is ever my first thought. Historical accuracy of distant second, small price for ensuring the legend was on his piece of the small soul. I'm sure you will. The food is delicious, where it is food is Plus basically, hey, go fuck yourself. Wait a minute. They had a counter to plus. You can use it on plus. Clearly this room for fine-tuning, but I realized it rather than doing that. Another cardio routine. I literally why is he all the way here? This is a weird spot to put you. Hey. Please stop. Living a lot of hoping that I'm not seeing this song all of the time. I think we're all on the present. This is the thing. Wild stuff. I was scared about the wind, the two speed, to me feels like I'm not important to master this there could be all lucky the rest of the helping out with other plants. Really good stuff. I think that I don't think it's comforting to those people. Hopefully there are too many options. Here I find how much this is in. I would ask you to go on a big nervous member army first question. I don't know nothing for the first. Please, would you mind asking for what's the question? And this is, I do not need ask for this I've never had before. I'm not terrible other than overburdened. Not often nothing, I have to be lying. I know why, but my other operas have passed to avoid this lose potential. Roughly, a lot of them ought to be grateful to be fascinating. Short or clear you locate my master with safe over you. You have just be much of milk and singularly Christian. I feel somehow surprised that now my mind is in feet of vultures after particularly as I found myself entirely incapable of listening to assist the first which of friend I still haven't quite question. But I remember my call matters as I say. I'm afraid I've said why I knew right along here. I do hope you will do into the way. Imagine I'm speaking to bed. If you look here, please look to my apologies for I acted. Lest there be any doubt that I should be delighted having Greetings, and if you're wondering about the chair, a little perk of my trade is gained the old luxury of provided treated me as a merchant, but I don't stop shop. I just figure what people need and make sure they get it. Now you seem this way, I can provide that information to bring me back some information from here. Now, the information has a lot of it. Things like what just happened here and this fast forward. Changes and demand. People need more something. I have to make sure I get what this economy. Else it's a waste of time. They would, if you can ask around and hear Derek, they come back and tell me what to do. Of course, you can't always trust people to do what they need, or even know it. Now you got a book, but also I got it in melodramatic form. Those who can have that too, I'm sure you find things to talk about. Get some firewood and food, or the whole lot of food. Not more firewood, but less either. Oh, we're doing. catch even a single fish with the rocket. Bit of a haircut, but I recently am an employee of it. It's all different. I will be happy to take the ride. Are you busy? I would really appreciate help with carrying data. Something out of a mess. A low number of agents I have to hand down area. You bring 4 solid planks from the planting with potions for others. You're asking extra glue, there'll be a lot of damage. How about twice that number? Not gonna fix it, man. There's too much pushing it. Oh, delicious too. It's open a variety of seafood if you want. It's strange that I've never had traditional food at home before. Delicious too. But one wants to do. Happy. Is it the one I'm looking for? Okay. Nice steak. Master of Grace casting. But bless, I was rescued by some kind-hearted undo weapons in the area. However, I do feel compelled to offer my fear in this. Tragic exposed, if it is a matter of Master finally value me for my service as a fighter, it would become impossible for me to return to employee. Yes, it's out of the question, I'm afraid. Please print the guards, tell them that I will miss the field. Alright. Alright. Let's see. The ring, very rare polyelement. Number? Listen, yeah, those stuff was prison. I don't know, I used to work in a shipyard. As a matter of fact, I did a lot of his events. Someday I'd like to build one of those cool ships that could sail the world of revenge, far cry from stripping the same vessel to using a portion of the job. I thought us the launch money's probably more portable. and doing less right at the moment. I'll take this. Oh, friend, tell me. You saw the four group children that were making their way to, I swear they vanished in the space of eye blink. I told you, the dangerous to wander about themselves. What with the dangers of the riot and sheer drop of the ocean below, but never listen. I'll be searched for them. The longer they are left to their own way. But the damage it causes, people are not to need more food and material here. Working with them, thanks for help. I hope you enjoy learning about the business. You? Oh dear, I dare say the spirit with my own influence. To replace it would still matter, but I shall do for now that I know where my found is. I depart. You accept this compensation for your service. It is but a pillage, but I must make haste. He did say he missed me dearly. I shall have to ask for his time. But in your desperation, need your assistance. Also, a piece of jewelry, but able to dear to my heart. In compensation, I am unable to locate them. I am searching for tiara and house crest, engraved necklace of emperor. As you might guess, each of them are family heirlooms. Hoping not where I placed them, but somehow vanished into the air. There must have been a city there somewhere. Only had a faintest inkling for a look. Please, I beg of you. I would give anything. You wrote down and see. Go. My friend clean suit, I made those my patron, or I need a fresh food for this. Thought to, but that should be an issue. That's a dish people in hadn't had before. What do you think? Have you come to travel with us? Oh, I love the dish. Check out the to prepare each with these care of deserve. I hope for my fellow Illinois off to fetch again. Before I go, let's hear something that I hope it's. There you go. Do you have any luck? You found 3? I can't. Must be how difficult it was to create. Now we have a good look at them. Are there any perchance responsible for freeing us from the vault? Not as much. Yeah, my thanks for opening my eyes. I used to reside in a Crystarium, you know. The moment I saw for myself when I happened to see it in person, I truly understood for the first time that the world is on the brink of destruction. I was terrified. I knew I could not have changed fate. I came to know hoping to forget it. Abandoned my work, my family, everything, and I felt no guilt for it. Convinced as I was, though the scales have fallen from my eyes, I've always been a coward, but what I did was betray the highest order, and I know there's no going back. Something else, I can apologize for what I've done, so I labored over these letters, hope to convey my contrition. I don't accept forgiveness, but I hope it might mean something, at least was a lesson. I cannot afford for what I've done, I can change myself, trying to be a better, but who will always have a gratitude for giving me the ability to see that. You and your elven friends, yes. I don't know where to go from here. I want to be better. That scares me, but I won't. About it, your usual clientele. Are you old and dangerous, perhaps? Wonderful. I was required of something. You will undertake a dangerous mission. You understand that retribution, the derelict, who has reached my most popular honeybee, Selena, was fired during the day. Both the patrons and staff have been difficulty coping with the recent realization. Selena must lean harder. She has returned to the beehive since. If you have the stomach for the task, I implore you to bring her back. Finish with that. Follow me. Hiding there. Oh, shush me! My mother was. We're not going to the ocean. We'll be fine. Tell me if you need anyone else. If she wants us home faster, where are you going? You stop that? Alright. We'll play hide and seek. Okay. On my behalf, sorry, I cannot return to my beloved. He just caught me like in the chaos. I don't know. People saw him fail. He was right here when it happened. You must understand, there is a chance that the sea didn't take him. That he swam somewhere across the beach. He wasn't found. He just back. I need you to keep looking, please. Alright, no. I'm glad they're safe. Thank you. I'm a little cautious, I must admit. You understand that we have no knowing what's going on above, what the monsters appear. I don't know what to think of them. I'm their mother, and it's my job to keep them safe. I'm going to make them good. It's going to cost this. And perhaps I should make them responsible for. Rooms. found them all three. The second, but to serve is inscribed it. Now it's not the same motto, or we cannot that we ought to always love others. They do. Spirit always never has lacking, which must be claimed. We learn to care for others regardless. Not taking anything. We have no contact. And top of the second ship, hoping that it was a poetic. Indeed, the self-poetic, as I'm more concerned about she may be demerged. I will attend to myself, though I must feel assured of her presence, if you would be so kind as to accompany me. Please. You must heal my word. Not safe for you, dear. There was the point of not being safe. It's not a good deal of meaning to being ill and full, as I'm sure your sweetheart would agree. But if you don't believe me, consider it. The chances of finding him would be significantly increased if you ask yourself. Allow me to demonstrate. Now I propose I'm telling you to assist in the search. Is it your reward? Everyone told me to give up. With my early statement, physical or physical power, or should do I tell where to spend? But do remember to be highly beloved. Thank you. Bullshit. Alright. Hands push help. Additional effect of culture that grants fitting over. Oh shit. Nice. Thank you for being a help. I know it's out there somewhere. I feel it. I should check the below deck. But search for a solution close to my status. The can wash away while he's crawling up his fish. I do hope. Look for an elf about my age. Do you know him? Look at him, must just smile. Unless they're having more, definitely not. That's it. I crawled up here and dropped off to sleep. That's pretty much a horror. Where's Marina? I have no idea. I've gone home. Of course I returned immediately. Please join us there. I'm sure she'll want to thank you for all you've done. Glad to see you well. You're alright. Oh, what a relief. Of course I am. I won't leave you all alone. Better now. Really brought him back. I don't know how to think. Lap dance? I'm surprised that the queen bee sent you. Perhaps he wasn't as angry as I thought. I just hope. I used to work at Beehive, so when the queen bee found out our relationship, the things became rather heated. I quit and I've been out of living here since. I didn't expect him to return, but it helped. When no one else would, I'll return to Beehive as promised. I worked harder. My part, allow me to provide you a reward for your offer, along with a sincere gratitude that at least I can do. So no lap dance. Yeah. Let's make our way there, Kaiser. In love with don't have them falling. Why are you staying around here talking? There's a lot to do. Go on, make yourself useful. Lara has already been. Much may go wrong after 20 years of let us doubly thoroughly. Bottom rung out all this how what happened. Apparently you control the central out of the first public message what it's about. Does this young wonder repair the Talos? For a blessing, there was a good repair. Master Shelf, I am prepared to activate them as the arcane knowledge you stole, and I will serve as assistant. Appointment hours, we will imbue the golem with ether. Others, meanwhile, attend to the ladder itself, which has to lain neglected. Extensive maintenance will be needed to begin, as well as major materials. Once are willing, we reveal them. Yeah, I'll help. Can have this guy. Can I have a Walker ducking me? This outfit is spread out. It's really hard. It is supposed to start with lumber. Have you seen me around? Do 8 times. Unit is hung up. Becomes our place. Can you do what it's going though? You want a lumber to restore a ladder? Why it would anyone want to do that? You have the coin. Let's come up with. I have 13. It's guild not only turn folk, but I'll give you your lumber. If measure, I want you to back out. Nothing instead. It was the line about, and most of it kept in the storehouse with you. Here, I'll lend you to some mining material. That's all I'm going. That's what I'm talking about, baby. See, I'm making money. Like, I can just give it to them. I can literally just give you the money. I'm like, oh, it's the thing. As I counted, there are 68 planks in the foxhole. 9 of those have started. Another low has by 13 planks. You're writing the number now. Wow, I gave it. That's why I hate people in my room. I gave that entire speech of about it, like, and then realized, oh, it's muted. Like, of course about it. Oh yeah. Well, here comes the ladder. I hear voice acting. Is she part Lalafell or something?
Would you look at that? The citizens of Yulemore engaging in what can only be described as manual labor. Who would have thought it possible? Do you know the most reliable way to deal with those who stubbornly refuse to see reason? You conquer them, crush them under heel. Such was the trusted method of Alec, and one still favored by Garlemald. But conquest is the easy part. The true challenge begins once the dust has settled, quenching the glowing embers of animosity and maintaining a semblance of peace.
When you conquer and destroy, it's impossible to be peace.
This requires the conqueror to treat the conquered with dignity, and the conquered to let bygones be bygones. A difficult feat to achieve.
Yeah. It's like saying, oh, we're gonna destroy you, and after that, like, let's work together to make a better future.
But you have achieved just that, to my considerable surprise.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to conquer something.
It's a compliment. Take it. The vibrant energy that fills the air when like-minded souls gather. To think back on that time before time, fair brings a tear to the eye. What? You thought ancient beings like us incapable of crying? Well, rest assured that if your heart can be broken, then so can mine. Back when the world was whole, we had family, friends, loves. Men knew peace and contentment, and with our adamant souls, we could live for an age. There was no conflict born of want or disparity. Our differences paled into insignificance next to all we had in common. And then there was Amarant. Never was a city more magnificent. From the humblest streets to the highest spires, she fairly gleamed. Not that you would remember any of this. Never mind. The point is, the world of old was a far better place than what we have now. I believe you would like it, having witnessed the things you have. Remember, you are of the source. Unlike the half-men here, you stand only to gain. Should you survive the remaining calamities, you will become our equal. A complete existence in a complete world. But such talk is a pleasure for later. Back to work, hero. There was one thing I had meant to ask. How well do you know the Exile? Has he ever deigned to show you what hides beneath the cowl? What? Never? Even to you? How very interesting. I shall enjoy working out what it means. Until next time.
He's a saucy boy, but I get where he's going from.
Oh, I knew you could do it, dearest. I never doubted you for a moment.
It's alive.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but when we first met in this world, I was all but spent. I never thought to wonder why until now. I think it all just got to be too much. The guilt of causing the flood. Knowing everyone hated me. But the worst thing was the solitude. Time wears you down, aye. Solitude eats away at you. It was this close to finishing me off. But as bad as it got, and as empty as I felt, I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for Emmett Selk. All of which is a long way of saying, don't make a choice that leaves you alone. Nothing is worth that. Especially not eternity.
Hey.
Glad tidings, my friend. The ladder lives again.
The three of us have been invited to do the honors. Are you up for it? Of course, if you're worried that the whole thing might come crashing down, we can always find someone else.
Nah. I needed this.
That's the spirit. Come on then.
We rode the ladder too, my comrades and I. Once upon a time. Watched the horizon grow, and the town shrink below us. Awed and terrified in equal measure, we ascended without a word, the silence broken only by the rhythm of the gears. No one but me remembers that day. Remembers our journey and our end. Retread the path. Seek, and you may yet find.
What did I say? The other guys could do it very long. Come here. I would be surprised if there's such ice that happens. Come on, do this. Firstly, should be able to be up and go on. I'm in a village, I was like, wonderful they are. Investigated. I'm curious too, but I must admit, I dare say there was a bit of a time here. Well then, let's head to the village and see. Nee, ich wollte natürlich so viel wissen. a barrel, lady. Unknown content. Right. Quite recently beyond your record. Any signs of the ability to refuse blood. Or half full, depending on how you kind of. Alright. It is anything but abandoned. Alright, yeah, so then they're rather a poor job of it. If they do, don't should be seen. What are they? Yeah, on. The guy who drowned? Come on. Has to be part of ways. Waiting for you. Bound for the city. Never would I imagine that we would meet again. Yes, it's you, my friend. I got to see you're ill the whole time, but tell me, what is this village? Family, a setup made up of those who survived being exiled from Gilmore. As I'm wandering the wild, I chanced across the path of inhabitant of these parts. He took me through the secret tunnel which led me to the top of the Bright Peak. I've been here since. Life is hard, but we know a semblance of peace. We did at any rate, until Mount Gouge broke away from the earth. Then, the ladder started moving again. You feared whoever was coming up there threatened your life. I see there was no cause of concern. Will you tell me what has brought you here? Yep. Never tell, but there's no reason to doubt your world. Alright, and if there's anything I can do to help, you'll be. There are people's permission to reconnoiter the area. If we are to confront Vacha, we must find a way to. You hardly need our permission to be here. I will tell the others about you and yours. Now, have much to offer in the way of hospitality, but our village is at your disposal. Please. Came up to work on the ladder. Possible that for people who trust are no longer aware, but I shall take the opportunity to ask. I'm up my feet and we need someone to take down a stock of remaining food sources. Yeah, I'm to survive those halls in the lowlands, and a matter of fact, still down here. Well, I won't be surprised when Wright is still being boring jobs instead of selling, unless it's an outrage price. Anyway, I need estimates. I could estimate, mind you, them in charge of our edibles, grain, grog, and meat off the pot. Focus, don't go around here. Job. I want to visit Emmett. Came here in mind crops. What do you think of a man who farmed this land? So you seem like a well-traveled lad. What don't you head over to my field back there? Take a look for yourself. I'll be curious if you have a chance of paying me. Not for that moment, but my man has touched. Excuse me, sir. Have you a tall, skinny home girl on a show? No? I didn't think of it. So, do you think you can let me hand finding her? She has the terrible habit of wandering off places where she left her own devices. Not the safest pastime when you consider the wildlife around here. I'll start with near to the ladder, so it'll make me feel better if I knew someone who was searching along the cliff. Read that for me? Thank you. I've seen her often walking southeast before, so you might well try the way first. If you don't find her, please send her back to more than me. There's a peril hall plentiful. Oh, you're not part of the quest? Oh. Much quest, huh? Not you're a quest person, but whatever. There's only 3 quests here. Hey! Hello. And not bloody mud, where needed someone cause one of those and beans. I'll play you, kid. I can. Blue. You're cute. You travel out of these ambient or whatever needed back at Elmo. However, I used to work as a chef right up here and ate the shift. 3 citizens and men landed on fire. Next thing I was dumped out of the city with scraps left to rot, but I survived the rumors of I must slipped away the lap of luxury, but not compares to the freedom I feel now. No executioner blades hanging over me every time I prepare a meal. Those who know the history say that this is the thriving center of trade between Yilmore and dwarves, but there was a few hundred years ago. Whatever ties survived the flood were later severed. Clearly, when Lord Vautry came into power, amity was abandoned on both sides. I'd be surprised if more handful of people below the ladder even know that this town exists anymore. I have to admit, it was perfect vision for a collection of exiles and fugitives looking for problem. What the fuck is... Oh, there you are. A good dent of liquor from there, so we might have the water at some point. At least we have a fresh western river by. Not a lot to work with. Up, up. Back. Thank you. Who are you? Send me to find you. My little brother lives down there. This place is obviously of gates. I want to live here, but giving up. We've been obsessed with it. I heard about the fight and such, I got worried. Now I'm here and causing the same harm to my neighbors. I apologize. Be more careful. Done. Okay, stop us and right. But we need to come on. I think I was coming with something. Thanks for the legit work. So have you ever? Oh shit. Oh, probably. Huh? What is that? A small victory will leads me one step closer to turning this little plot into fun. And we just scratched the dirt, and now I felt that I me out of the game. This out of pay this agreement with a few pieces of jewelry I've concealed and some meager wealth, which is as large as guns brought to my well, to produce a harvest and find depleted, I shall left with nothing in this world. I have never felt so alive here, my friend. So you're saved by the strain. Phew, so it seemed less brooding than always. What do you talk about? Whenever she had a brother, man, there has been a lot of loss of friend. Maybe that's why she thought to keep it a secret. But now that things have changed, we should have keep around lowland like thieves anymore. We'll be able to visit her brother openly now. No more staying away from peer over cliffs. Who knows? Maybe I'll even go along. She might need company on the road. And what else are friends for? I think a world now. Surprised that the free students of Gilmore came together. Awesome. These are the village are no longer wary of us. I shall take the opportunity to ask about Mount Gold. Another whole afternoon stays more. I see some things never changed. At any rate, my brother has finally. Well, I have mine for us to explore. I will scout the area. We'll be back in a while. Very well. Take care out there. I have one. Let's put up the camera down. I'll go east. We can go west. Let's aim for the foot of the mountain and take notes. Anyway. Now there's a limit. The thing, busting damage. I just shut me on.
You're a sight for sore eyes. I don't know about you, but I bumped into quite a few sin eaters out there.
I'm here.
You too, then. It seems the closer we get to Mount Gulg, the more of them there are. Looks a lot bigger from here, doesn't it? If I were Vorthri, the first thing I'd do is surround myself with as many sin eaters as I could lay my hands on. And judging by the number we've already faced, his lordship is of the same mind. This is going to be a tough climb. But first things first. We need to determine if climbing is even an option. The more I look, the less likely it seems. Y'shtola is right to be worried. But flying may be our only choice after all.
What's that?
There you are. Master Alphino was afeard you had met with some misfortune.
Urianger. And you too, Exarch. What brings you here?
I wish to observe the final struggle with my own eyes. I arrived at Bottom Rung too late to accompany you, but I was in time to join Urianger and the others. Come, let us see how this unfolds.
seems fine is off the table.
If we have learned that much, then the Machina have served their purpose.
Ah, so that's what they were for. Wasteful, but effective.
It would seem our foe will not be reached by land or air. We must needs withdraw to consider another course. Master Alphino waiteth for us atop rung. Thither should we make our way.
The extract arrives sometime so Ryan, here did not very much. Oh my god. Here's Ryan. Let's see if we can do much better. Oh yeah, it's just like that. Yeah. And I expect the tide here, or suppose it's always on the right. Any rate, the tide on the next option, find a way to reach the counter. This you put ahead. They're all within one spot, which is an part. This'll work. Alright, that being said, I thank everyone for watching. If you like me, subscribe on news all the time. That being said, this is Kenan, Kaiser, Legend of OP. I'm just that good. See you next later. Auf Wiedersehen.